All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to your online section of the African American experience. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Dr. Rounds, and I am going to be your professor for this truncated summer semester. The purpose of this video is to just acquaint you with the course, what it is all about, the work that we'll be doing, how you will be evaluated. I know that you all have taken years now of online courses, and so I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as I can while still giving you a lot of good information. Now, obviously, being an online course, everything is going to be done through the Blackboard page, which you can see on the screen now. I do have to go through some of the syllabi. I'm sorry, I know that's not the most exciting thing in the world, but there is some information on there that I do want to review. And then we'll look at how you access the material and how you complete the assignments. So I always choose an image for the syllabi. And this year, I chose, as best I could manage, a screenshot of some of the recent protests that occurred on campus around the selection at the time of the commencement speaker. And the reason I chose that can be summed up by the quote under it from Malcolm X. And what Malcolm X is suggesting here is that if you want to study one field that best uh, informs you on why things are the way they are and how to best go about resolving the issues that confront you, you study history. Because history is going to provide for you, through experience, the strategies to best resolve current issues. And so I'm so proud of what the students at South Carolina State did, you and your classmates. It was really extraordinary. But it would also be a mistake to just think like that this just came out of nowhere. You just came up with these strategies out of thin air when really you were uh, informed by decades, generations of what your parents did and your grandparents and your great great grandparents did. You learned the best practices of nonviolent demonstration, and you used it effectively, and you acquitted yourself very well, and you got exactly the result that you wanted. Um, that is one of the things that this course is going to be talking about is that tradition of resistance and protest and activism. Now, listen, a lot of the syllabi stuff. I'm sure you kind of my name's there, and being an online course, the best way to get in touch with me is email. So the email address is there as well. So some information about the course. There is no textbook required. All the readings that I will be asking you to do are going to be provided for you, either my own notes or things that are free access online. Now, on the syllabi, you do have an outline of the course content. Um, this, if nothing else, can be useful because it points out very plainly for you when all the work is due. In this course, you're going to have 2 written assignments, 2 sets of discussion questions, and 1 project. And you can see when they are due in this schedule here. Now, all these materials, the things to read and watch, don't worry about that. That's going to all be included in the readings that I kind of show you in just a moment here. This is how your grade is going to be calculated. Uh, each of the quizzes and the two assignments are 18.75% of your grade. And then the fifth thing that you'll be doing a project, which is really just a slightly more substantial assignment that is worth 25% of your final grade. Those are the things that will be uh, calculating the final grade that you get in this class. Obviously, since it's such a short class and there's only 5 things that you'll be graded on, you got to do your work. You got to do your work and you got to get it in on time. Now, there's a statement here about academic conduct, plagiarism, using AI, cheating in that manner. Listen, I'll discuss that with you if the need arises. Hopefully, it will not present itself. Now, there is one thing on this syllabi that is in big, bold-face, red, italicized print, so it must be pretty important. And it's the one thing that I do try to be strict about, and that is getting your work done on time. I know different professors have different policies about late work, but you know I expect you to get your work in when it is due. Now, obviously, if things hardships arise, and this class is the furthest thing from your mind, listen, just email me, get in touch with me, let me know as soon as as long as it's a reasonable thing, and especially if you can verify it, then I am open to giving you extensions. um, but please stay on top of your work. But always feel free to reach out to me. um, if you have some things going on and you just need a little bit more time. Students who have had me will tell you I'm pretty good working with students in that case. All right. So how do you actually access the course material? Well, on Blackboard, just go over to the left-hand side where it says assignments and course content. And it's all here. All the notes and all the readings that I'll be asking you to do, all the assignments. The only things that are not posted right now are the discussion questions. And that's because I changed them a little bit each semester. But they'll be up soon. They'll be up in the coming days. So you'll have more than enough time to complete those. Even the project is up. I can't open that because my little camera box here is in front of the tab. Let's see if can I get it. Or well, you can explore it, and when you go to access the work. And by the way, all you can go ahead and work ahead if you want to do all 5 assignments like in the next week. That's your prerogative. You can do that. I don't know that I would suggest it, but if you want to do that, that's fine. But when you go to read through the material for each week, it's real simple. It's just attached in a Google Doc form. And it's not particularly sexy or exciting, but you know what? It's easy and it works every single time. And you just open those forms and it's notes that I provide. Chock full of images, of course. And also, as you can see here, And you can see here, whenever there is web material that I want you to review, there's a link to it. Let's see, can I show you? Yeah, you just go to this link here and it shows you the graphic that I want you to take a look at. And that's it. Yeah, you'll go through the short readings and you can see this is about as long as they get. And what this is big 14 font print and it's just that long. It's not much at all. Um, so it's a little bit more substantial because it's such a short semester. You got to do several weeks work at once sometimes, but it's very manageable. Um, Now, usually I will be emailing you um, each Sunday of this summer semester, including this Sunday. But I did want to be able to reach out to you on the first day of classes so you kind of know what's going on. But I will email you again this coming Sunday. And if for no other reason, to kind of make sure, read through written assignment number one, make sure you understand the directions because this assignment is more complicated than the others. It's not really complicated, but it's a little bit more complicated than the others. So that is due, by the way, on the 24th. That's your first written assignment is due on the 24th. And then there's like one thing due per week as we move through the semester. The work is always due on a Sunday, except for the final project. That's due on the last day of the semester, which is a Thursday. All assignments are due at noon on the day they are due. Not 12 midnight, 12 noon. I'm sure there are things that I'm going to turn off this video and be like, oh, I forgot to mention this or that. But I think that covers it. So if you have any questions, just let me know. And I will be emailing you on Sunday. Welcome to the course. These courses are so short and it's kind of always a little bit, odd, but they're effective, and they always seem to get the job done, and the students do well. So hopefully, we will continue on in that tradition. And everyone, have a nice day.